Of course, you need other people who have a bird's eye view of whatever is happening around you.
You know what? Actually, that's one of the key things about mentorship.
Yeah.
And people sometimes don't understand. Akala nila pag may mentor ka, kasi meron kang hindi alam. It's not necessarily it, diba? Having a mentor means having someone you can confide in. So, in fact, kung pwede nga i-scrap na yung pangalang mentor, call it a friend.
True.
Call a friend.
Yes.
A friend who has a different point of view, a friend who has a different take on maybe something that you're doing, or a friend who can actually bring you back to the core values that you have.
Yes.
So we're supposed to have. And in terms of the mentoring, because you yourself are a mentor, and then you mentioned you get to meet a lot of other mentors. Eto na, mga ibang tanong na to eh. Ano yung mga key challenges that you are hearing from your mentees? And gusto ko pahirapan eh, pero hindi, huwag natin pahirapan. No, I know there are key challenges. Just tell us siguro what are those you feel are challenges na common. Other people, but common in a way na other people are keeping it secret. Gets mo? Parang ayaw nyo pa kasi ilabas, pero alam ko lahat kayo ganito. Mga ganun.
Kasi ganito yun eh, when you have an idea, diba? It's pride.
Pride?
Pride, yeah.
Ego?
Kasi, ego. Because you have to be very open. So, this is the first one. You have to be very open to what's happening around in the market. That's what I always tell micro enterprises who are my mentees and also students. You have an idea, but you have to look into the competitors. You also have to look at the industry. Not necessarily a business student would, have to go through these things. No, there's an advantage of that for them. But even my mentees who are micro enterprises, they can actually do this with proper guidance, and that's where the mentors come in. Or now, kasi it's called coaching. No? And what's really the case is you have to know what's going around, so that you know where you are going to position yourself. Kasi, minsan kasi, di ba, pag may niluto tayo, sobrang sarap. Di ba?
Para sa atin.
Para sa atin. So, technically, what people say is, you are not the best person to be the target market and taste your food.
Yes.
You have to find the real target market who falls within the proper demographics. Yun, that's true. Kasi minsan, pag nakakarinig ka ng constructive criticism, na-hurt ka na. No? So it's the ego, it's the pride. You cannot get too attached. You have to be very open. Para at least, mas libre nga yan eh. Kasi di ba may market research. So in doing so, and being able to accept these, of course, you'll have to filter them out, no? Constructive criticisms, you'll be able to come up with a better product or service.
Right.
That's the first.
Yun yung hindi sinasabi ng tao. Ayaw niya tanggapin, pero number one, yung ego mo, ayusin mo. Okay.
I mean, we all go through that eh.
Yeah.
Sabihin, in our case, we experience bakit sa inyo ganito katagal, kuyari in processing ng permits, bakit narinig ko ganito na pala? So I mean, syempre, if you were gonna use your emotions, immediately what's gonna happen is, grabe naman to, diba? So, but if you think about it, in a better perspective, it would be nicer, no, to first find out sino kaya yun.
No, yeah, actually, I guess anything, even us, for us in the bank, when we fall in love with a product or a technology that we're building, and you start to hear yourself defending the limitations of your product, that's the ego speaking.
Exactly.
And unlike if you talk about and start talking about how you can improve because of the criticism that you receive versus defending because of the limitations and everything, that's different, no? That gives you a different type of approach.
It comes also with business maturity.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Kasi, kumbaga, those who experience problems na failures, and at the back of their minds, like in my experience, no, there's an I told you so thing. Ito yung mga hindi rin sinasabi. So, again, ego, okay lang naman yun eh, di ba? You have to be proud of your product, kung ano na yung narating mo. But you still have to maintain humility. Right? The balance is, I really can't explain, but these, again, we go back to values. No? You have to be open-minded. I think that's a better word, open-minded, because there's a lot of changes going on.
Yeah, open-minded ka ba?
Oo, open-minded ka ba?
Magkape tayo.
True. And now, it may be good, diba? Panahon yan eh. Pero tomorrow may not be a good day for you.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing when it comes to business, and I think anything for that matter.
Okay, nice. Well, but you know what? That's true. Lalo na ngayon na kung paano ba sabihin to? Ngayon na magbabago na ang mundo at nagbabago na ang mundo, the ego will really have a very big play. Diba? And again, now that things are changing, and even us, honestly, even us who sometimes we pride ourselves or our egos are saying na marami na ako alam sa industriya na to and everything like that. I go back to the original concept. You still need to get a new mentor, or you need to get a support system that will also help you in the new scenarios, the new things that will happen.
Yeah.
Tama, diba? So that brings us to where I remember na. What was the very first message I sent to Dore? In Facebook Messenger, I said, Dore, I would like to invite you to be a mentor and a coach for my members in my GlobalLinker community. You remember that message?
Yeah.
That time, we were trying to build a group of business advisors who we could parang promote inside the platform and say, to all the SMEs out there having problems, hindi pa nga pandemic ng time na yun eh. Ano na, pandemic na pala? Having problems, we have a group of business advisors you can reach out to. I remember that. I even told you that there's 2 others or 3 others who will come in if it's okay with you. So, and I remember I invited you to be in GlobalLinker. But now let's talk about GlobalLinker, UnionBank GlobalLinker as a community. I think it was back in April or March or April where I invited you to join. Have you found any benefit or value for that platform that helped you personally in your business?
Actually, whenever I open a business, top of mind ko talaga si UnionBank.
Okay, wow.
Sa pambobola.
Nice.
Because, of course, it's natural for to have other banks, right? But then again, kasi having friends, number one, in the community of UnionBank, madaling makipag-usap. If you know what I mean. Very attuned and very in line with the times. That's what I can say. Kasi, like even for example, for GlobalLinker, I remember inquiring about a platform, nakakaiba siya. But then, what I hear from your response is, kaya. And then, mabilis, no? You set up meetings right away, mabilis yung response. And that's what every entrepreneur or person needs lalo na sa business. Tsaka, one thing for me is that iba yung alam mong, coping up with the digital world na. Iba yun. And ito, hindi naman sa pamabola, but when I would go through kasi I joined a lot of Facebook groups,
yes,
right? It's something that's important nowadays kasi dun ka din matututo. So when people ask, okay, ano bang magandang i-open na bank? I would see UnionBank. Of course, I do reply the same as well, diba? Kasi nga, it's about the convenience nowadays. Lalo na, you can't go out for one, no? And you need someone who understands business and is also an entrepreneur, which that's what I think your platform is. Very creative, innovative, entrepreneurial in keeping with the times.
Nice. So, there's a lot of people in the platform who's really scared. Well, I can't be say scared, but some of them, when I got to talk to, they're more like parang nahihiya kasi ako mag-reach out. You know that? Nahihiya ako mag-reach out kasi una-una hindi naman niya ako kilala and things like that. So, as a business advisor, as a mentor, what would you like to tell them? Like, bakit kayo nahihiya? May mga gano'n ka bang, hindi kami kumakagat ng tao. What do you think is ano yung fear ba nila? Bakit ayaw nila mag-reach out sa mga mentors?
Well, ganda yun eh. Ako actually, ever since I was young, medyo makapal yung mukha ko. And it does help really, no? You have to just Kasi it's again the ego or yun nga, maybe it's fear on another note, no, na paano kaya i-approach, baka masyado siyang mataas, diba? I-reach. So, kailangan ba mag-English ako? So, there are these things that are in a person's mind eh. That's why it also, ngayon, there's no other choice, no? Maganda yung naging effect ng pandemic kasi it's all collaborative, may mga groups. So, English, Tagalog, owner, supplier, customer, lahat, mas nagiging comfortable nowadays.
Yes.
No? But going back to your question, yung pagiging mahiyain is merely because the person may be too proud. Okay? Na parang, oh, magaling din ako dito eh. Magtatanong pa ba ako sa ibang tao about HR kung ako HR practitioner? That's number one. Just an example. Number two, fear. Magtatanong ako, pero paano yun? Baka naman kung bigyan niya ako ng advice and alam niya wala akong budget to set up a business, baka naman sabihin niya sayang oras niya. Or baka naman kailangan ko siyang bayaran, baka there's a fee that's concerned. So, these two things.
I see.
No? And of course, what I mentioned earlier was, kasi pag sinabi mong mentor or coach, para ang dating kasi sa ibang tao, it's a very highfalutin word for some, na parang kakabahan ka. Oo, meron akong, like, for example, I have mentees, they prepare simple business plans.
Yes.
No? So, the good thing is, syempre, the respect they have for you is really something. But for them to communicate with you, I hear things na, well, okay lang po ba if I speak in Tagalog? And of course, yun eh, no? Kailangan komportable ka kasi when you have these sessions, you have to be yourself for you to also understand how you are as a person and how your business really is. Kasi dun lumalabas eh, when you're yourself.
Yeah, you know what, that's one thing that we really have to change in terms of mindset. Yung hindi porket ang positioning niya sa sarili niya is a mentor or a coach doesn't mean na pagpeperahan ka na niya.
Yeah.
That's number one, diba? I had mentees also. This is a good example. A few months ago, I had this web Zoom training for hindi pa sila business owner talaga. They want to be SMEs. They want to be business owners. And the topic was business planning. How to create a business plan. Yun ang unang question sa akin. The good thing about that was, I positioned myself as someone who went through it and wants to guide them and help them as well. So, ang dating namin during that class was, I'm also going to create a business plan of my own. Kasabay nyo.
Oh, wow.
Ang unang question sa akin was, sir, kailangan ba English yung business plan ko? Parang I was taken aback. Because all this time, I got trained and I learned from school, I learned from work, everything, that the business plan is written in English.
Yeah.
Pero sabi ko, no, write it in Bisaya if you want to. Kasi yung business plan, sample pa lang naman, diba? The business plan is the guiding principles of how you will take and where you will take your business to, diba? At the end of the day. Pero kung hindi mo naiintindihan yung business plan mo, babagsak ka. That's where you will fail. So siguro that's one of the key things that maybe if some mentors and coaches are also listening to us, for us to be able to help the SME, especially the micro, let's position ourselves as a friend who promotes business growth versus a paid educator or a paid...
Yeah.
Diba? It immediately changes the point of view of the mentee of the community pagdating sa ganun. So we have your hashtag. One last thing na lang, a message that you would want to share with other SMEs who might be needing that help.
I'd like you to remember these 3 P's. First is prayer, next is passion, and lastly, perseverance. So whatever religion you may have, there's definitely someone up there who we can turn to. Because this pandemic has definitely made us stronger, and there's always positivity because we know that we are in the good hands of someone. And this is a challenge for us all, but we will be able to surpass this. Passion, for those SMEs out there most especially, or MSMEs rather, if you love what you're doing, after you've reflected, then definitely you will be able to bypass this time and this situation. Everybody is having a hard time. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's the entire world actually. But if we really love what we are doing, and we also love our customers, love everyone around us, then definitely we will be able to survive. And lastly, perseverance. So, as I mentioned earlier, with prayer, with passion, it's really for us to persevere, to do whatever it takes. Because as what I've talked about earlier with JP, well, it's really the startup phase that's difficult. And even those who are in the growth stage or the maturity stage of a business, this pandemic has really made a reset in terms of lives and businesses. So if you really want to be able to grow stronger, just persevere, right? Dedicate yourself, your energy, your time, and put all these pieces together, and you will definitely be fine. And of course, hashtag Ask Dear Door for anything it is that I may be of help in.